Well, wanted to make this video to kind of just express quickly that of where just how things are. And I mean, like, I'm watching all this stuff with recently been watching. I'm still watching it actually. Dolores Cannon's stuff, the channel. It's a video there about the convoluted universe. It's a book she wrote. But if you've ever read Convoluted Universe, great. If you haven't, that's fine. You can choose to read it or not. It's totally up to you. But the immensity of something I instinctively knew, because like, why would I not be surprised by new knowledge about, for example, like I had this thought before about, what if I were a planet? What if I were, I mean, this is all regarding like reincarnation or incarnation as a whole, like form, change, form, blah, 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 everything. It's all connected. And I don't know, I guess I've never been surprised about these things. And for some reason, I kind of sometimes think, how come I'm not surprised? How come I'm not? Is there something like, I mean, even as a kid, even when I had like, when I was probably more egoic, or so to speak, egoic, like meaning like attached to form and identified with form, there was something there that was quite strong, that was kind of reminding me that the things I've experienced, or that I think I continue to experience, or the things I will experience, it's all kind of like, I guess you can say, moot. It's not that it's useless. It's more like I don't know. Like, I don't want to put it in words because I don't know what it is. Like, it could be like, am I an old soul? Am I one of the volunteers? If you've read the book, the 3 waves of volunteers, am I one of those things? It's all about, but it goes back down to that identification thing, rather than listening to, like, I guess, intuition and instinct, and seeing that doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter who, what, where, why, what, when we are. I just don't know. This is just understanding of it that I can't explain it. It's just simple, but not simple, but also quite simple. I mean, I don't know. I don't explain it. People I've talked to about this before, when it comes to like weird things or weird things. It's so Aquarian, I suppose, if you could look at it from an astrological point of view. But yeah, I don't know. It's a random thought about the immensity of eternity, of us being eternal, as in like this, us, me. Like, it's sort of starting to feel, or rather, it's starting right now. I'm getting this sense again that it's like, it's like, oh yeah, I see things with my eyes, I can feel things, I can do. But the awareness, this is, I think, what Eckhart was talking about, is that immensity. That even, there was a video I saw, Jim Carrey is talking about that immensity of your beingness, your oneness, your source, your it's always connected. There's always that, it's there. And yeah, And I just started reading actually the convoluted universe, and then literally it says here 99.9999% of what affects our reality will be undetectable by our senses. It's like apparently it's by Buckminster Fuller. So it's like, oh, um, obviously. See, again, even with that, I'm not surprised. Like, even in the beginning, the introduction here says it's highly recommended to read The Custodians before jumping onto this book. Could be, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, I'm already here. So, I don't know, even watching the videos of everything Dolores Cannon, I don't know, maybe I just, it could be that I took it with a grain of salt, I was just subjective about it, and just absorbing it, or the fact that I'm just not surprised about it, because it's almost like there's this innate sort of like understanding of it that it's, yeah, it is that. You know, I never really thought about like getting into this stuff. Like I would kind of question before. It's like, are we? Is this alien stuff real? Like, what is that? And it's like, what? You know. So it's like, because it's based on conceptualization. It's based on what we know and based on what we've been taught in this form and this earth and this school, right? This earth school. And kind of the pieces are coming together. What with all the experience I've had with shadow work, astrology, being a musician, swimmer, having Meniere's disease, all these things, being all this stuff, Plutonian, whatever, all this stuff, it's all coming together. And the magical thing about it is just that it's like, oh, I don't have to have it figured out. I just have to do my best. I just have to live here. And really, like, it's learning. Or I would like to call it, it's like acquisition. It's a language teacher. Yeah, so it's everything is acquired to experience. Because even Dolores kind of said, it's like, why not stay where we are? Why not stay in that area where we just like transition from this form, or why not be continuously be with the source and be in the library? She called it the library or something like that. And why not just stay there and learn? Well, she used a term like hands-on. I was like, oh, that's exactly like acquisition. That's like, but yeah, I don't know. It came to me. And I was just like, oh, the things I've been opened up to, rather reminded of, even if it was previous knowledge, or sorry, even if it was like new knowledge, it felt more like previous knowledge. It was like more like a reminder. Every sort of knowledge I've gotten, every sort of experience I've gotten, it's like, okay. And it made me think about the other thing where she talked about like the waves of volunteers and why sometimes, I don't know whether I'm that or whether I was in a previous life like an alien, or whether I don't know, I walked, like she said, talks about walking in, like when there's a soul departing another and then coming in. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. But it explains why being human is on this earth school feels not only unfamiliar, but it's like I don't understand how people behave. I've never really understood it. I just don't understand the fear behind all things that people have, and this is part of being human, of course. That's part of this school right here. It's part of this whole experience. But I never understood it. I've never understand not only the so-called what the volunteers, the 3 waves volunteers didn't understand, like the whole what people, not with people like fighting or the way we treat each other, but also the way we communicate. I never understood it. I never, still to this day, I don't understand how people communicate. Like, um, for example, like I'm on a website and I have like people coming in, they like it, and I'm like, okay. So, first of all, like, why would you say like to something when it's not really a like? Why would you call it like? So is it losing meaning behind the word like? Like what? Why do we misuse the word love? At least with English, why do we use? Why do we take things not not so seriously? Like it's not about seriously. It's about integrity. Why is that kind of thing? Like why don't we take what we say? Why don't we mean what we say and say? This is why like I've most of the time been like kind of quiet about many things, and then sometimes people don't understand why it's like why some I used to get like I would explode or I would I would it's very that Plutonian sort of thing. It's like the power struggles, like why those kind of things just happen. Like, I didn't understand many of those things. I didn't understand. I still don't understand why people communicate the way they do. Yeah, like they want to make friends, but they don't want to make friends. They want to learn a language, but they don't want to pursue it. They want to do this, but they don't want to do it. It's this thing. Being in this earth school, this is duality, right? And probably that's existent in other existence, other dimensions, other planets, whatever. Because this is what we know for now. In this form, we don't remember everything from past lives. We don't remember those things. We don't, because otherwise we wouldn't. If we're in a shell, we're instead of like this casing that might just explode if we got everything in it all at once. So, anyways, it all kind of ties in. So again, this video was kind of more random, but I think that's probably another concept that people have to get used to. That, it's like because of life, it is random, it is unexpected, it is full of change. That's the one thing that is constant. At least life here in this form. And yeah, I don't know. For those people who feel like outcasts, they don't feel like they belong. They look towards the sky often, or they have this sort of innate, sort of inner knowing that it's like, feel free to comment down below. If you want to like and subscribe, that's up. When I say that, I really mean that. I say it's up to you. It'd be nice to get the kind of more likes and more subscribers. But that's just like a bonus kind of thing. So, in any case, I don't know where this is really going, but that's the whole thing. Maybe that's the whole point. To not know, right? In any case.